How to write affirmations that really, really work. Many of us do repetitive exercises to improve our physical health, right? Well, affirmations are like exercises for our mind and for our spirit. These positive mental repetitions can reprogram our thinking patterns so that over time, we begin to think and act the way we want. So we want to create affirmations that affirm our goals. I personally use affirmations daily to affirm my business goals, to encourage new ideas, sports goals, and as an overall directive for a mindset that delivers the situations and things that I want in life. I also use them as a sort of medicine to keep me on track when things feel a little bit messy. I'll give you an example of an affirmation you could use around a target goal related to making a specific amount of money. In fact, I'll use an example from the TADA Goal setting template I use in my coaching practice. You can have a look at that later if you haven't seen it already. Let's get started on your highly effective affirmation so you can get real clear and zeroed in on achieving your goal. Okay, so I highly suggest that you start off with the template that I'm using, the words that I'm using at the beginning of each section, until you get real good at creating affirmations, and then you can hone it down and make it truly your own. So begin your affirmations with this statement. I'm so happy and grateful that I live in the knowing of being in the process of, and then insert your goal. So in our example today, I'm so happy and grateful that I live in the knowing of being in the process of building an ethical business that generates $100,000 or more within the next 18 months. Now, I think I've mentioned before that I love to add or more to my goals because that allows for greater possibilities than I could imagine. It's really important that we remain flexible with our goals because we just don't know what the universe has in store for us. So why begin this way? I'm so happy and grateful that I live in the knowing of being in the process of. Well, effective affirmations are always stated in the positive and in the now, as if they have already occurred or are in the process of occurring. Now, this statement does this nicely. You are showing gratitude, and yet you're being quite honest with yourself that this desire is in the process of happening. Let's move on to the next part of our affirmation. I'm grateful to hold all the technology, resources, knowledge, and awareness I need to, and then you'll add your own little statement there. And in this case, I'm grateful to hold all the technology, resources, knowledge, and awareness I need to make all the money I want right now, and that it exists for me right now, and I'm tapping into that right now. And again, I highly suggest you try those words, especially the exist for me now. I'm tapping into that right now. I find it so powerful because I'll mention this later, but I actually record my affirmations and I listen to them. And I have to tell you, it's so powerful to hear my own voice affirming this. So why is this statement so important and so powerful? Well, because it's true. Think about it right now. Does all the technology that's needed to meet your goal exist? Of course it does. Do all the resources you need to meet your goal exist right now? You may not have them all now, but they exist and you can certainly access them. Does all the knowledge and awareness you need exist? Of course. If someone else has done what you want to do, then clearly the knowledge and the awareness to do this exist. So why do we need to make this statement then? Because as humans, we naturally forget about these things, especially when times are perceived as not so good. And we must remind ourselves that we have all we need to achieve what we want to achieve. It may not happen today, but if we don't stop, we'll eventually get what we want. The key is to keep going. This or something better statement. The intention behind this statement ties into what I said earlier. It's a combination of allowing for more than you're asking for in your goal and to remind yourself that you and the universe are in the process of making this happen. Now, if you like, you can replace universe with God, source, or whatever you connect with spiritually. So here's the this or something better statement. I'm grateful and happy that I'm always in the process of unfolding and orchestrating all that needs to happen to bring me all of this or something better. The final part of this affirmation is all about you encouraging you. After all, if we can't love ourselves and if we can't trust ourselves and encourage ourselves through our own voices or words, who can we trust and who can we love? Now, this may sound a little bit silly and feel a little bit weird if you've never done anything like this, but I'm going to highly suggest you do this I love you statement. And it's real simple. And I'll give you an example of mine. Stephen James, I love you. You've got this. And that's it. That's the entire affirmation. Let me read that to you in its entirety. I'm so happy and grateful that I live in the knowing of being in the process of building an ethical business that generates $100,000 or more within the next 18 months. I'm grateful to hold all the technology, resources, knowledge, and awareness I need to make all the money I want right now, and that it exists for me right now, and I'm tapping into that right now. I'm grateful and happy that I'm always in the process of unfolding and orchestrating all that needs to happen to bring me all of this or something better. Stephen, I love you. You've got this. Okay, now take these 3 actions. Number 1, create your affirmation. Try this format first and then adjust it to make it feel more like your own. Number 2, create a 30-day challenge on Snap Habit or Coach Me to read your affirmation at least once a day. Or better yet, record yourself reading your affirmation and listen to it daily. Adjust and amend your affirmation as you feel it's necessary. Observe the results you get from the beginning of the 30-day period to the end of it. See how things begin to shift and change into your favor almost immediately. And 3, get on my free accountability group interest list and workshop list as they will be launching very soon. Okay, I want to end with this quote. By thought, the thing you want is brought to you. By action, you receive it. This is Coach James wishing you a prosperous week ahead. Now, get on it.